What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Agi. In case you're new here, thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. And in today's video we're gonna be making the best breakfast potatoes, and this is very easy to make and they taste so yummy, they look so delicious, and I know that you guys are really going to love them. So if you're watching and you're not yet subscribed, you might want to consider subscribing, because I know that you guys will want to refer to this recipe at one point in your life and you'll not be able to get it that easily. But if you're subscribed, it's gonna be so easy for you to get it. And also do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Also, you can share this video with your loved ones because you never know who might need it. And let's get on with the video.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me.
So for this recipe, you're going to need about 9 to 10 pieces of potatoes, and I'm just gonna go ahead and peel them nicely. Just make sure they're nicely peeled. So guys, I recently found out that the tool that I'm using to peel the potatoes is just the best. And if you're still using your knife to peel the potatoes, then you don't know what you're missing. This is just the best tool, and you can use it to peel your carrots. You can use it to also peel your potatoes. It just makes it a lot more fun and a lot more easier. So after peeling the potatoes, I'm just gonna go ahead and wash them and just clean them up, remove parts that weren't peeled properly, and just make sure that they're thoroughly washed, because you wanna deal with clean potatoes. So after washing the potatoes, just make sure that you drain out all the water, because you're going to deep fry the potatoes and you don't want them with water, because it's just gonna spray some oil on you. So this is what I'm going to use to place the potatoes after cutting them, so that they drain out all the water. So after washing the potatoes, I'm going to cube them, and you want them to be bite-sized potatoes. You don't want them too big and you don't want them too small. This is the size that you will need when you're cubing your potatoes. So after cubing your potatoes, I place them on that container over there, just so that they can drain out all the excess water from them. And then you're just going to repeat the same process with the rest of your potatoes. So this is the size that you'll cube your potatoes into. I believe that you guys are able to see. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put my pot or my pan on fire, and then I will add in enough cooking oil for deep frying the potatoes. So you leave the cooking oil to heat up, and it needs to be hot enough, and that's how you will know that your cooking oil is hot enough, by dipping a skewer or a wooden stick into the hot oil, and when it produces the bubbles, then you know that your cooking oil is totally ready for deep frying. And then you're going to go ahead and add in your cut out potatoes and just let them deep fry. So as you guys can see, I think I had put in a lot of oil for deep frying the potatoes, but later on I had to remove some of it, because now it was just pouring on my cooker. And this is just the fast frying. You're going to fry your potatoes twice. So this is just the first one, and this is just meant to cook the potatoes on the inside. So I'll just remove the potatoes from the cooking oil and place them in a bowl which is lined with oil absorbing paper, just to remove the excess oil. And cooking these potatoes, the first fry usually takes about 5 minutes, or until you just realize that the potatoes are a little bit lighter and they start to float. So you'll repeat the same process with the rest of your potatoes. And like I told you guys, this is just the first frying, which is meant for cooking the potatoes. And as you guys can see, the potatoes are nicely cooked and they're very, very soft. So guys, if you want perfectly fried potatoes, the first thing you need to do is make sure that you have hot cooking oil for frying your potatoes. The second thing you need to do is to do not overcrowd your pan, because that will reduce the heat from the cooking oil, and therefore whatever you're frying is just gonna be soggy. And also, if you want perfectly fried potatoes, just make sure that you fry them twice. So once you're done with the first frying, you're going to let your cooking oil to heat up a little bit. That should take about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you're going to re-deep fry the potatoes. Guys, the potatoes that you had fried earlier, we're going to give them a second frying, and this is just meant to brown the potatoes and crisp up the potatoes, the outer part of the potatoes. You want crispy potatoes, you have to deep fry them twice, and that's exactly what we are doing at this time. And you're also going to need hot oil to deep fry. For the second deep frying, you will need hot oil, and also do not overcrowd your pan. Just as we did in the first deep frying, you do not need to overcrowd your pan. And frying the second time just needs 2 minutes max, or just watch your potatoes and just make sure that they do not burn. They just need to brown and to crisp. So you'll repeat the same process with the rest of your potatoes, and just make sure that they're nice and crisp. And when you put them in your bowl, you just hear the sound of them being crisp. You'll just be able to know. And also when you're frying your potatoes, if you want to know that they're ready, you'll hear a hissing sound from the potatoes. I don't have any better word to describe the sound that you get, but it sort of produces a hissing sound, and they float a lot and they start to brown. So as you guys can see, our potatoes are ready, and I'm just gonna go in with my spices. And the first spice is paprika. I usually do not measure whatever spices that I use, because I do believe that everybody has their own liking of the amount of spices that they want in their food. But just make sure that you cover it all up with spices. And then I'm gonna go in with my black pepper, and also I do not measure. It also depends with the number of potatoes that you had peeled. And then I'm gonna go in with my salt. Just make sure that you add the salt to your liking. And also, if there's some spices, for example the chili flakes, if you love chili, you can always add chili flakes. So I'm gonna go ahead and toast the potatoes, and make sure that you always toast your potatoes when they're still hot, so that the seasoning is gonna stick to the potatoes. So you guys can hear the sound that the potatoes are producing as they're hitting the bowl. That clearly shows that our potatoes are nice and crisp. So we're gonna go ahead and plate our potatoes, and just look at that, guys. You have your breakfast potatoes. So these are really perfect for breakfast, because sometimes you do not get to have lunch, and if you have such kind of breakfast like these breakfast potatoes, sometimes you can even forgo lunch. And I know that you guys are really going to enjoy this recipe, and that's why I'd like you guys to subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, because when you'd want to refer to this recipe, it's gonna be very easy for you to get it. And also do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you really enjoyed the video, and also you can share this with your loved ones, because you never know who might need it. And also, let me tell you guys, do not forget to leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you tried out my recipe and how yours came out, and I hope that I'll be able to see you guys on the next one.
Say what you wanna say.